Laws of indices. Up next, one of the harder rules to interpret. Now, given a root form, okay, I have a to the power of m square, in this case I have an nth root. Now what do we do when we have a square? We multiply the power by 2, right? But what happens when we take square root of a? We will divide the power by 2. So if I were to give you a to the power of 5 root 3, what will this be? This will be a to the power of 5. When we take cube root, we divide the power by 3. So in general, if I have nth root for a to the power of m, you'll give me a to the power of m divided by n. So for example, if I have a to the power of 100 root 7, this will be written as a to the power of, I take the original power 100, divide by 7. So now let's try to apply this into our question. Simplify the following, leaving your answer in positive indices form. Now let's take a look. 3x to the power of 5 over 2. This is already in index form, so we are not going to change this. We'll leave it as it is. Times 4 cube root of y. So this is actually 4 units. Cube root of y. When we do take cube root, what happens to our power? We divide the power by 3. So in this case, the power of y is 1. So we'll take the original power 1, divide by 3. Let us combine this. I will get 3 times 4, 12. X is on its own, so x to the power of 5 over 2. And y to the power of 1/3 in the positive indices form. Let's take a look at B. A cube, square root of a cube. So what happens when we take square root? We divide the power by 2. So in this case, I will have a to the power of, its original power is 3. Now I'm going to divide it by 2. Division, divide by 5 times of square root of a to the power of 7. So what will happen when we take square root? So the power will divide by 2. So it will be a to the power of, the original power is 7, divide by 2. When we have division, what happens? This is 1 divided by 5. So it will be 1 over 5. And when we have division, what happens to our power? A to the power of 3 over 2. Subtract 7 over 2. Oh, what do we get? 1 over 5. A to the power of, negative 2. Okay? They want the answer in positive index form. Now this power negative 2 is for who? Which person? It's for A only. Doesn't involve 1 over 5. So 1 over 5 stays where it is. And a to the power negative 2 will need to move. It will now go to the denominator. So it will be a. But now the power will change to a to the power positive 2. For part C, this is a slightly different type of question where you take cube root of something multiplied to something. So what is usually suggested is that instead of directly applying cube root, we should try to simplify whatever that's inside the bracket first. Whatever is that's inside the cube root first. So let's try to take a look at the numbers inside. 5 times 25, that gives you 125. Y squared times y to the power of 4. What happens to the power? They add up. So y to the power of 6. And I have x to the power of 9 on its own. And z squared. Now let's try to apply the cube root to all the different terms inside my square root, inside my root sign. So taking cube root of 125, that will give me 5. Taking cube root of y to the power 6, what will happen to the power when I take cube root? I divide by 3. So I'll get 6 divided by 3, 2. X to the power of 9, if I take cube root, what happens to the power? It will become x to the power of 9 divided by 3, x cubed. And z squared, what happens to the power when I take cube root? So I take the power 2 divided by 3. And this is all in positive indices form. So this is the final answer.